Hey everybody, it's Dave. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. It's gonna be a wonderful day. Oh, it was a wonderful day, I should say. Um, but lately we've got people that are just, I swear, they're just posting stuff to see if it takes off. And some people are posting multiple things, like either twice a day or a couple of days. And it's all different things. It's, from thyroid issues, the thyroid problem to John of Ohio, all these things about veneers. Okay, now I don't know a lot about John of Ohio. I've heard people talk about it. I've heard people, say it helps. I've heard people say it doesn't help. So I decided to look it up, and it's almost like it's an alternative to almost like antiviral medications. So yeah, can Meniere's disease be from a virus? Yes, it's it's not the herpes virus like everybody thinks. I mean, people think herpes, they're thinking it's something on their lips or something down there. It's like chickenpox. It's like a chickenpox virus or shingles. Um, but there is a they call it St. John of Ohio. I always say St. John. I don't know why. John of Ohio regiment, and it's not a bad thing. I'm not going to tell people not to take it because hell, if it works, that's great. You know, um, because it's not really all that bad. So I'm not saying anything bad about it. But yeah, I mean, here are some of the supplements that tells you to take L-lysine, which I've heard people talk about. Um, and it says to take typical 3,000 milligrams daily, or 3 times 1,000, or 6 times 500. And that's supposed to suppress the potential herpes virus in the inner ear. Um, Lemon bio, bioflavonoids. I always get that wrong. Often recommended 1,000 to 12,000 milligrams daily to improve the blood flow to the inner ear, and it's supposed to help with tinnitus too. But vinpexantine, frequently included enhanced cerebral and inner ear blood circulation. That's great. Excuse me. Other supplements to take with it. Some variations include ginkgo biloba, vitamin C, vitamin B, aimed at reducing inflammation, which I take that every day, anyways. Been taking that my whole life. Um, and timing, the results are not immediate. Like with anything, either beta histine, it's not immediate. It takes a little bit. And it can take up to 4 to 6 months to appear as the virus is suppressed, according to the regimen. Now, it doesn't get rid of the virus; it suppresses it. Okay. You know, Efficiency, while not heavily studied in peer reviewed journals, some users report high success rate for controlling vertigo. And as always, you really should be talking to your doctor about it, about taking that. And that's just common sense advice to talk to your doctor about taking that stuff. Now, the reason why I'm actually talking about it is not because I'm going to try it, because I've already had surgeries. My vertigo is pretty much in control right now, and it's not a virus for me because antivirals did nothing. And the surgeries are the ones that help me. So I'm not gonna take it, but I wouldn't tell anybody not to take it because it's actually a safe thing. It's not like telling somebody to put droplets of chlorine dioxide in a diffuser and breathe it in all day. Um, so this is actually it can benefit you in the long run, even if it's not helping your Meniere's. Um, but the thing that bothered me about this one specific post was the success rate. 86%. There's been no studies on it. There's been no research type of thing on it. I don't know where you can get up with that number, but the first time I typed in St. John of Ohio Meniere's regiment, there was one line and that was it. It said 86%. And I was like, oh great, this person's just running off that one line. So I did look up, the success rate of it to see if there was any studies, and everything said there was no specific research dedicated to it, but a lot of people report that it works for them. Um, and some people who had percentages have said that, one person posted that it was 90% success rate, and others said it was 44%. And then somebody had a pie chart, and even that was kind of lower. So unless you have a virus, and you have a virus, and that's a hard thing to tell. That's why they try you on antiviral to make sure that it's just a virus that's causing the Meniere's disease, because we all know, all right, or a lot of us do. They really don't know what causes it, but the theories are: one is a virus, ZOS, I forget what it is, what the medical term, but I'll say chickenpox virus, like a chickenpox virus. Two, hereditary. Three, autoimmune. And four, usually there's three, but four is they just don't know. Okay? But if you're trying these things and you're trying this, I think it might be a lot cheaper than trying an antiviral, even though if you've got insurance, those antivirals are pretty cheap. I think when I tried it, which was, God, 2017, it was like with my insurance, it was like $3 for 60-day supply. So the antivirals are kind of cheap. But yeah, these things aren't that expensive at all. So yeah, if you want to try it, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say anything bad about it, because if it works, that's great. Because there's a lot of things that work that we don't know about, or that can be dangerous and have other potential problems. Okay, and this isn't one of them. This is actually a real good thing. Like, the same person is talking about, Synthroid and thyroid medications, and it's I don't know how you go from one to the other to the other to the other. So my thing is, talk to your doctor about it before starting it. If you do want to take, vitamin B and vitamin C, that's fine. I do it. My doctor knows because I told them and they were cool with it. And I've heard lysine is supposed to be really good, but but like I said, I don't really know anything about I haven't taken John of Ohio regimen, and I probably won't. You know, but we gotta get you gotta get these things out there, because people just take stuff and they throw it against the wall, and it's like, how many times can you do that before it's finally like, people start shaking your head, and then you're bouncing around, and I know you're trying to find some sort of a cure, some sort of treatment, and it's admirable, and it's good, but there comes a point in a time when, you got to really try to figure out what works for you, and if you're going to post something that and say, oh, it's got an 86% success rate, you better like have some research done and post screenshots of the research that you've done and what you've looked up, because it's kind of hard to believe it without any documentation, you know. And I know my surgeries, I have talked about my surgeries, and I maybe I should, screenshot the percentages and things like that. But when I talk about those surgeries, I'm not talking about, overall for everybody. I'm literally talking about my experience with them to try to help you make a decision. And it's kind of like with this, even though I don't have any experience with John of Ohio, but I do take vitamin C, vitamin B. I actually take magnesium and D3 because my vitamin D is low. Um, so I do take all these things. I do take some supplements. It's just not this. So just giving you some information. If you want to try John of Ohio, go ahead and do it. Just talk to your doctor first. Other than that, have a great night.